Hey y'all, thanks for tuning back into Chickanic. I hope everybody's having a great week. What are we here for today, guys? I'm here to save you some time, money, and frustration. Well, today it's definitely money because once again, I got another video telling you how the huge corporations are screwing you. And who are we talking about today? Husqvarna again. But before we get into today's video, if you're a fan of saving time, money, and frustration while fixing your own small engine equipment while watching in-depth tutorials, you've come to the right place because that's what I do. I upload a couple times a week, and if that sounds interesting, hit that like button, smash that subscribe. Don't forget to hit the notification bell, and please leave a comment. I love to read through the comments, and I'll reply to all the early commenters. So I'm working on a customer's trimmer today, and it happened to be a 525 LST Husqvarna trimmer. Now these bad boys are like $399 at the big box stores, and when they're running, they're pretty sweet. But the customer brought it in because they had broken the pull rope on it, and obviously once they broke the pull rope, they let it sit around for a while before they brought it to me. So once I get the pull rope fixed, I go to try to start it, and of course, it doesn't run. It needs some carburetor work. So before I tear it all apart, I want to know what I'm working with here, what kind of carburetor's on it, because there's lots of new things out there that I haven't seen. I'm not a Husqvarna dealer. I don't get to go to their technical schools. I don't know these pieces of equipment until they come into the shop and I start to work on them and tear them apart and see what's going on. So when I go to the internet and look up the parts, I get a breakdown of the carburetor, and it's not really hard to tell. Boom, boom, boom. I see all the gaskets inside the carburetor. I immediately know which kit it is, and I don't think anything about it. Now, I put carburetor kits in things every single day. I know exactly what kit goes in which kind of carburetor. I don't ever usually have to look it up. In fact, I keep kits that are cheaper for customers. That way they don't have to spend too much because I already know that this kit, it will work in this one. Even though it's not the one that it's called for, I know that this kit is the same pieces just to make sure that I save my customers money. Now, when I looked up this in particular carburetor though, I just happened to come across this little section on the bottom that showed just the 4 diaphragm and gaskets. So I don't know why, but I clicked on it and I was shocked. $60.99 for your 4 little gaskets and diaphragms? Are you kidding me? What? Now I know this particular website that I go to look up parts, sometimes they boost the price up a little bit, so let me go check some other sites and see what they say. Nope, it's still $50 here and $49.99 here. That is insane. Because that kit right there, if you go to Walbro.com, who makes the carburetor, the actual OEM manufacturer, where you can get OEM gaskets, needles, the Welch plugs, the spring, everything that goes inside this carburetor, you can get this K20 WAT OEM Walbro kit for less than $7. This manufacturer raised this price 800% to sell to you. What are they thinking? Now, before I go further with this, I want to do a little recap because I made a video a while back and I showed you how manufacturers do not make all the parts of their machines. And for the example that I used in the last one, it was John Deere. Now, John Deere does not make the engines that go on their riders. They do not make the transmissions that go on their riders and zero turns. They make the frame and the deck, and that's it. If you need a engine part, if you go to the big box store, any John Deere part you see, you can get the exact equivalent for it in the Briggs, Kohler, Kawasaki, whatever engine that you happen to have on your mower. You can get it much cheaper if you buy it in the engine manufacturer's brand. Well, I've never realized this with carburetors on these small 2 cycles before with the Husqvarna, Stihls, maybe the Echoes. We're going to go through some and I'm going to show you. But because I've always just known what kit went inside of a lot of things, so I never look up the actual kit prices online because I have them all in stock for like $10 or $14.99, depending on which one you're getting. In fact, I looked up from my distributor what it cost me to get that Husqvarna OEM carburetor 4 gasket and diaphragm kit. Guess how much it is? $29.99 my cost. It says it lists for $49.99. So this made me go into a deep dive. I want to know who else is screwing you. So I went to the top 3 brands. I looked up Husqvarna, I looked up Stihl, and I looked up Echo too. And the results are crazy. All right, so I'm going to move on with all this screwing you, but I do want you to keep a mental note. That 525 LST, if you want to buy that carburetor, it's $100. So keep that as a mental note while I show you the prices of all this other stuff. The most common Husqvarna backpack blower that comes into the shop is the 150 BT. Most homeowners, if they're going to buy one from the big box store, that's what they get. So let's see, the carburetor, it's $145.99. Wow, if I go to the carburetor here, I can immediately see which gaskets it needs. That's a WIL K20 kit, Walbro carburetor. Up here it even says Walbro WIA 79. So I can even look up that number to buy it from Walbro or see if somebody has an OEM one online. Now the reason I'm telling you this about OEM, because when it comes to Stihl, Husqvarna, Echo, I do not buy aftermarket carburetors, because those ones that you get on Amazon, they only work 50% of the time. Now, if you want to try it, you can return things easy through Amazon, go at it, that's fine. But if you want it to last forever, you need to stick with your OEM. So a lot of times you want to put kits in these because a kit should only cost 10 to 15 bucks. So I see this one and I know exactly what kit goes in it. I sell it for like $14.95 at my shop. I know that it's the WIL K20 kit. Let's see if I can get kit pieces for this. No, they don't show me the whole carburetor kit. They show me it in pieces. So it doesn't point out a carburetor kit over here. So when I go to look through all this list of parts, it gives them to me individually. The metering diaphragm, $19. The gasket, $12. The diaphragm, $6.50. I mean, this is crazy. $10.99, $15.99, $6.49. Once you buy all these carburetor kit pieces, you're looking at like $70 when it is a K20 WIL kit that you can get from Walbro for $6.34. So does Echo screw their customers over like all these other big manufacturers? Let's check it out. The most comparable trimmer to that 525 LSD in the Echo brand is probably the SRM 2620. Awesome trimmer. Now, I'm not just saying this because I am an Echo dealer. I got lots of Stihl equipment. I love my stuff. I don't have anything Husqvarna, but look at this. If you look at the carburetor, remember that $103 carburetor? Echo's only $55.99. If I look at the carburetor here, it points out all the things that are in the gasket kit. They're all connected together with this line. I've got all the gaskets, the screen, I've got the metering diaphragm, the needle lever, the spring. Everything that I need in my carb kit is in this kit. How much is it? Let's go up here. $10.99. What it should be. Kudos, Echo. Now let's compare a blower. Now I just did a homeowner blower on the Husqvarna, but let's do the biggest, baddest, most awesome blower on the market, the PB9010, and see what the parts cost. So Echo's price on their carburetor. Now you remember the 150BT Husqvarna had a carburetor that was $150. The Echo, $69.99. Shows me the carburetor kit here. I know exactly which one it is. I keep it in stock. It's the WIL kit, OEM kit if I want to use it. But if I wanted to buy it from Echo, let's see how much it is. $9.99, which means my price, I'm probably going to pay $6 for it. And last but not least, let's see if Stihl's ripping you off. I just went with something that's sort of comparable. I chose an FS91 trimmer, and when I go to the carburetor here, I'm not a Stihl dealer, so I don't have a Stihl site to see the actual prices. I just go to like a DIY.com place and look it up. But usually they give it to me in pounds, and I can sort of figure it out from there. But when I go to the carburetor, it breaks it all up for me, and it even gives me a little gasket kit over here. Now this does not include, remember, the needle lever, the Welch plugs, the screen, all them other important parts that you need for your carburetor kit. Just the 4 gaskets and diaphragms is, number 42, 30 pounds. What is that in American money with inflation? Like $400? Seriously though, let's see, how much is the whole carburetor? 114 pounds. So once again, that's a hefty price. And you want to know what's even more screwed up about it is Stihl owns Zama. Now the 2 major manufacturers of these 2-cycle carburetors is Walbro and Zama. And Walbro has kept the prices low on everything. And I always think that if it's got a Walbro carburetor on it, it's going to clean out easier, it's going to run easier. I'm not going to have a big of an issue as the Zama. But the thing is, Stihl bought Zama years ago. So a lot of their equipment has Zama carburetors on it, and they're making these kits. And they're still charging these astronomical prices? Wow. And just for good measure, we'll do a Stihl blower. Let's pick the BR700 because I can still look up parts for that. I can't look up for the 800 really online. Now the carburetor breakdown here, it gives me all the gaskets. I can find it in my Zama kits really easy. It shows me a little breakdown of their 4 gaskets and diaphragms over here. If we go to the bottom and see 45 pounds for their carburetor. Not just, it's not a kit. It's not a kit. It's just the diaphragms and gaskets. It doesn't even have all the pieces. Oh my gosh, that's insane to me. Insane. How much is the carburetor? Now remember, the carburetor on the Echo, biggest, baddest blower there is, was like 67, 68 bucks. The Stihl BR700 carburetor is 166 pounds. Do you know what that equals in American dollars? 200 and something dollars. Oh my gosh. That's insane. Wow. Now, full disclosure here, my local Stihl dealers do not charge those prices. So locally, our Stihl parts here are not that expensive. I think that carburetor probably goes for about $90 here in Arkansas where I am. I'm not sure how much it is there. Prices are varying all over the place now. I just don't even know. But my main point here is if you need any carburetor parts for your 2-cycle, do not buy it from the manufacturer unless it's Echo. If it's Stihl or Husqvarna, find somebody at your local small engine shop that's smart enough to figure out how to get it from the actual OEM dealer. Just like this kit here is a K20 WAT. Now I sell this for $14.95 at my shop, but it's going to have a lot of extra pieces. The reason I get this and not some specific kit is because I know this fits tons of stuff. Why would I pay a different price or more for something that is only going to fit this one particular carburetor when I have this awesome kit that fits everything? And the other carburetors I was showing you on those tall carburetors on the backpack blowers, that is a Walbro K20 WYL kit, which is exactly like this. You'll have extra pieces in it, but that's the way to go. Definitely find the carburetor kit from the manufacturer, because I'm betting you anything that Stihl carburetor kit, you can find another Zama kit that is the exact same parts, just a different part number than the Stihl kit, and it'd be much cheaper. Before I head out, I do want to give you all a heads up. Okay, I have a bunch of people impersonating me on TikTok. I've never been on TikTok, like ever been on TikTok. I've not posted anything to TikTok. I know nothing about it, but I do now because as of today, I found out that there are people impersonating me with my profile picture, sharing my videos, getting hundreds of thousands of views on my videos on their channel. And what I'm afraid they're going to do is that they're the same people that have been commenting back to you in the comment section underneath my videos, telling you that you've won something and that, you know, all you have to do is send them some money for the shipping and they will send you this prize. And they've screwed a lot of people. And I think that's what they're doing here. So if you see them on TikTok, please report them. If it is me, I did go ahead and start a channel. It's The Real Chickanic at TikTok, I guess. I don't know. I'm just figuring it all out. But I have no content yet. I have not posted any videos, but I will let you know as soon as I do, because that's not really my main thing I want to do over there. But I did start an account just so I can combat this and report all of these scammers. So you can find me on TikTok now. So thanks again for tuning in to Chickanic. Hopefully this video will save you time, money, and frustration in the future. If you haven't found me at Facebook, find me at facebook.com/Chickanic. Find me on Instagram at The Real Chickanic, and find me at Chickanic.com, where you get your own t-shirts, hoodies, and long sleeve shirts. Thanks, guys, and have a great day.